2026 collection, we really had two main design goals. One, as you might expect from us, what could we do to make the products more beautiful? And we felt really proud of what we did in 25, but when we dug deep into it, we could make some tweaks. We could look at the radii a little bit differently, maybe treat a blend here a little bit differently, maybe look at a chamfer. So we looked at all of that and made little subtle changes to some of the models. Secondly, we loved the anthracite finish, but we felt like we could take it up a notch. And from our small batch program, we've run what we've called Midnight Blue a couple of times. The feedback to the finish has been, it's been unbelievable actually. So we looked at, could we bring that into a very slow milled 26 collection version and make sure that it looked as deep and lustrous as we hoped it could? And the answer is a resounding yes. So that's number one. Can we make it more beautiful? Absolutely yes. And we think you're going to love it when you see it. Number two, big difference is let's really try to ramp up the performance. So performance for us has really been how does it sound and how does it feel? And so much of that is dictated by the mill pattern and the depth and of course the way we mill and the internals. And there were some of the models that we felt like internally we could mill them differently and surface them a little bit differently to kind of control the acoustics. Las Vegas and Alcatraz being the two main ones, and we did, and they sound phenomenal. But we also felt like we could begin to attack roll in a more substantial way. So if you know us and have followed us over the years, you know about our mill pattern called Deep Diamond Mill. We've added a groove to it, so now I guess you could call it Deep Diamond Groove, but it's a mill pattern that we've used for a while. We've notched almost 70 worldwide wins with it. What we like about it, maintain the sound and feel of 2025 and get you more forward roll. So those were really the two main things that we felt we could attack, and we made great improvements in both. So this year, we've added a few new models, tweaked every model for sure, but added a couple brand new designs. Number one in a blade is our Boston. And Boston rhymes with Austin. That was not coincidental. It was a shape that we loved, kind of that classic sort of Dale head look, but we wanted to reduce the toe hang. And to reduce the toe hang, we simply moved the hosel to very close to the legal limit. So it's a true long neck. It turned out just spectacular. Made the cavity just a little bit wider, a couple of other little changes to tweaks to radius and bumpers and shoulders and things like that, but couldn't be more excited about that. Did it with a simple sight dot, just screams elegant. And for 2026, we've added an all-new mallet shape, multi-material, really a progressive design called Monaco. And if you could think of Monaco in some ways being kind of a Las Vegas, but with a crown and a much more aggressive use of 6061 aircraft aluminum that really helps create the silhouette in the shape, but it also keeps the inertia very high. We were also able to get the CG very far forward, and we did that in a couple of hosel configurations. So I think that combined with the finish and the new mill pattern on the face, totally new, totally different, really kind of our hero product for 2026. Super excited to bring that to everybody. I know one of the things that's going to jump out like first when you see it is going to be this incredible new finish that we've used, which is a PVD that we call Midnight Blue. And it's just the deepest, most lustrous, rich and elegant finish that honestly I've ever seen on a milled putter. We've done it a couple of times before in our small batch program. The response has been crazy good. So you're going to see the thematic is going to be that, along with kind of a drippy silver in the weights, a really cool mill pattern on the models that have sole plates, which are done in an anodized silver aluminum with our Sausalito, the little tiny diamond mill pattern. The attention to detail and finish, I think, is amazing. We took that theme and brought it into the new grip designs. The grips, we have 3 different models this year as our stock. Of course, many more in custom, but we have a 15-inch Pistol XL that's awesome for our heavy spec designs. We have a standard pistol mid-size grip, which is far and away our most popular grip, in this really rich, deep blue. And then we also have an 11-inch, very lightweight, oversized grip that gives you a little bit less movement of the wrists and helps make the putting stroke maybe a little bit more stable for some. So that, and then also new head covers this year with a really cool quilted pattern on them in that deep midnight blue. I think the whole thing, when you see it together, it just screams beautiful. And on top of that, the performance level of the product is heightened pretty dramatically. So very excited about 2026.